Greetings and salutations, welcome to TryHackMe Advent of Cyber 2025. Today is day 9, and it's passwords, a crackin' Christmas. So let's scroll on down here, and we're going to click Start Machine. While that's loading, let's come back up here and read what the story is, shall we? With time between Easter and Christmas being destabilized, the once quiet systems, the best festival company began showing traces of encrypted data buried deep within the servers. Sir Carabane stumbled upon a series of locked PDFs and zip files labeled North Pole Asset List. Rumors spread that these could contain fragments of Santa's master gift registry, critical information that could help Malheur control the festival's balance between both worlds. Sir Carabane sets out to crack encryption, learning how weak passwords can expose even the most guarded secrets. Can the elves adapt fast and prevent their secrets from being discovered? So let's look at our learning objectives. How passwords-based encryption protected files such as PDFs and zip archives. Why weak passwords make encryption files vulnerable. How attackers can use dictionary and brute force attacks to recover passwords. A hand on exercising cracking passwords of an encrypted file to reveal its contents. And the importance of using strong, complex passwords to defend against these attacks. So a few useful points to remember. The strength of a password depends almost entirely on the password. Short or common passwords can be guessed. Long random passwords are far harder to break. Different file formats use different algorithms and key derivative methods. For example, PDF encryption and zip files encryption differ in details: how the key is delivered, salts are used, number of hashes, iteration, the effect, how easy or hard cracking is. Many consumers tools still use and support legacy or weak modes, particular older zip encryptions. This makes some encryptions archives much easier to attack than modern well-implemented scheme. The encryption protects data confidentiality. It does not prevent someone with access to the encrypted file from trying to guess the password offline. To make it simple, encryption makes the contents unreadable unless the correct password is known. If the password is weak, an attacker can simply try likely passwords until one works. So we got the machine started, and now we're going to go into the actual lab. So we're going to talk about a few things. There is dictionary attacks and there's mask attacks. A dictionary attack is a list of a lot of well-known potential passwords. Think of these as word lists, and they can come from leaked passwords from previous breaches, common substitutes like password 123, exclamation, and things like that. Predictable combination of names and dates and other patterns that people frequently use. People are very predictable. Because many users choose weaker common passwords, dictionary attacks are usually fast and highly effective. Now we have things like mesh attack. Brute force and mass attacks go one step further. A brute force attack systematically tries every possibility combination of characters until it finds the right one. While this guarantees success, eventually, the time it takes grows exponentially with the length and the complexity of the password. Mass attacks aim to reduce that time by limiting guessing to a specific format. For example, trying all combinations of 3 lowercases followed by 2 digits or something like that. Okay. So, one very common word list for fast wins is like the rock-u-txt. If that fails, we could try mask or incremental attacks on short passwords. And this one here, what you see there, is like 3 lowercase plus 2 digits, which is used as a password mask formatted by password cracking. If you need, you can also use GPU acceleration. Cracking when possible, it dramatically speeds up the attack for some algorithm. Keep an eye on resources. Use cracking CPUs and GPU intensity. These behaviors can detect on a monitored endpoint, such as if you're the blue team, if you're trying to see something concerning, monitoring the hardware utilization is a potential indicator of compromise or being, getting to that point. So in this exercise, we're going to be on our desktop. We're going to open up a terminal here real quick, and I want to show you to the side. We have a PDF file that if you try to open, it asks for a password. Okay. If we go over here to the zip file, we can see the file. Let's just copy it out, right? We try to drag that there. It says, yeah, where's the passwords? You chump. Okay, I don't have it either. That's fine. And then down there, you see there's John. Okay, so if we look at over here, we'll see that we have 2 questions. What is the flag inside the encrypted PDF? What is the file in the encrypted zip? Let's see if we can figure that out, shall we? So remember to reiterate, guys, if we do ls here, it will show us what files are there. So we're going to cd and we're going to go into the desktop. And now we're on the desktop directory. We're going to type ls again, and there's the flag and PDF zip. So the first thing it wants us to do is use the file command or open the file with a hex viewer to help pick the right tool. So we can see it says flag PDF and zip PDF, but we may not realize that. That could be a fake thing. We don't see extensions, but they just have the right icons. But that could be maliciously changed. So we'll do file.pdf real quick. And, oh, it's flag.pdf. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so there's that. And then it says it's a PDF document, version 1.7, and it has one page. So we'll do file on the other flag, and this one is a .zip. This says it's a zip archive file, at least version 2.0, to extract, compress. Okay, cool. AES encryption, I bet. Let's move this to the left a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna scrunch this side to the right, just a hair here. Hair. Bunnies, right? Maybe. There we go. Okay, so what does it want us to do? And for now, we'll hit clear, just clear the screen so we can go back to the top. So we could use things such as PDF crack, John, via PDF to John, or for the zip, we can use fcrack zip, John, or zip to John. Generally, John, very flexible, and hashcat are the things that actually crack passwords. So the first one we're going to do here is a dictionary tag. Okay, so if you look here, it wants us to use PDF, F, so F switches for the flag, or the flag to show us what file we're going to be using, which would be the flag PDF, and the -W shows us the word list. In the word list here, actually I want to show you something. We're going to cat, we're telling us what it was, so it's going cat, user, then share, then word list, and then it's going to have us do the RockU one. And you're curious what's in the RockU? It is a massive amount of passwords. Way too many, right? But we're just going to Control C to stop that. And as you see, it's just a ton of combinations well known out there. Anyway, so you see that. So let's go ahead and clear. And we are just going to copy and just paste this over. Just right click, copy, and paste to make this go a little quicker for you. So if you see this PDF-F flag, we already went through that. And if you look down here, the password is naughty list. So let's right click and copy. Alrighty, so next we're gonna move this over to the side and we're gonna try to open up the PDF document. And it has a password. Let's throw that password of naughty list that we found. And my goodness, we found a password. Let's go ahead and copy that. And copy. Let's jump over to our questions and, oh, right to the bottom. Control V that in. Let's click check. Bam. Oh, that's right. Something we need to remember to do, which I always forget, is we need to hit the check up here in the very beginning. I always forget this. Did you forget it? I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Did you guys forget to hit the check? Or is it just a Saga thing? Anyway, so hop on down. We'll close this PDF out. And we'll just click clear. And I'll drag this back to the left there. Okay. Maybe a little bit better. Okay, cool. So what's the next thing it wants us to do? We want to use John to crack the zip file. However, John can't do it natively just by itself. So what we need to do is a command called zip to John space flag, and then we're going to do the zip file. And then what we're going to do, we're going to pipe out pretty much like a hash that John can use to tackle this to something known as zip hash.txt. So if you look ls, you'll see now that we have a zip.hash.txt there. And if you scroll this side, look, right there it is. Pretty cool, right? All right, so if you're curious what's inside that file, because you're curious little one and nothing wrong with that, we can do cat zip hash.txt. And that's what's inside the file. Okay, cool. So what do we do now? Glad you asked. We're going to type in John. John the Ripper is this binary here, and we're going to do -- word list equal /usr/share/RockU. Oh, I didn't type in word list, did I? Okay, so type in word list. Yeah, we're typing everything right. Think so. /RockU txt, and then Scroll over a bit here, and it says to type in zip hash.txt, which is the file we just created. And now we'll let that run, and it should produce... Oh, I must have typed something wrong right here, and I did. If you notice, I didn't put an S on the end of wordless. Let's go ahead and fix that mistake. And if you look, we got the password winter forever. So let's go ahead and highlight that. Let's right click and copy that. Let's drag this back to the side. Let's go to that zip directory. Let's drag it to the side. Let's try to pull out the flag txt. We'll dump in our password. And it says we did it wrong. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. But this time we're going to make sure we actually highlight that well. Right click, copy, double click that again. We're going to try to pull this out. We're going to put in that password correctly this time. Replace, yep, replace it because we made a mistake. Extracting, show the file, and we'll click the flag txt. And there's our password, guys. Or not password, our flag. So we copy that. We'll come back over here. We'll dump that in there. There we go. And if you see, for those who want another challenge, have a look around this VM to get access to the key for SideQuest 2, accessible through our SideQuest hub. Interesting. All right, we'll make sure to click check there. Before we click check down there, we'll just get a quick gander what the rest of this has to talk about. Oh, so the next part is for the blue hats, not the red hats. All right, so the detection of indicators for telemetry, right? So if you see binaries or aliases or software programs, right, for like John, so hash to cat, fcrack zip, pdf crack, zip to John, pdf John, you get the idea. If you see command lines that have like the -s wordless, -w, mass, rules, some of those are for hashcat. If you see things referencing like rock.utxt, the cyclist, which is a giant repository of wordless, keep on coming down. If you see things as in processors or GPUs running high for long periods of time, that could also be an indicator. What else we got? Network traffic. So if you see people pulling down repositories of giant wordless, or if you just see a normal user in something like John or Hashcat, which are just password crackers, they shouldn't be doing that. So that should be detected by UDR. With that all being said, let's come on down to the very end of this and we will click check to finish this up. Congratulations! You have passed yet another room. I'm very proud and happy for you. If you enjoyed this, I hope you keep at it. Keep doing anything that you love. Don't let your passion die. And there's so much more that we could talk about when it comes to password cracking. And I actually plan to make a video about this a little more in depth later on after TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber is over. So, you guys have a good one and take care. Be safe and be secure. Bye-bye.